I've made a few more decisions. Oh, sorry. I guess I'll preface this by saying this will be another small update about my personal rig upgrade that's going on here. So one of the things that I've decided is that I am going to re-powder coat the internals of the case. So I found a place locally that will strip off all the old powder coating in a chemical bath. They need it for a few days. It's going to cost about $60, they figure. And then I'm going to send the internals back down to Mountain Mods, as well as the optical drive, and especially the pieces that I missed last time, like this one, so that the whole inside will be uniform and black instead of having some parts of it still left with the natural aluminum color. Hold on a second. This is one of the reasons to buy a high-end case, by the way, guys. As you can see, I've now stripped it down to just the unibody chassis, or the unibody frame, and you can pull out all of the drive cages. There's actually more pieces over here. The support braces for the back. You can pull out the motherboard mounts, the mid plate. So all of these are going to be stripped down, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bit of a trial run build of the machine to see if there's any more cable management that I need to add for myself. So one of the things that I mentioned before is I thought I might need a bigger gap back here in order to run more cables up to the back of the motherboard tray. So I might do that. One of the other things I might do is build myself in some better options in terms of running water cooling through the mid plate, because right now these holes don't really line up perfectly with what I'm trying to do. So that's one thing I'll consider. I still haven't figured out a way to address the problem with this hole right here, but also haven't really decided if I'm going to do that. One of the things that I'll probably do is cut out a CPU, whatever they're called, motherboard tray CPU cutout here, so that I can more easily swap out CPU coolers. I mean, the cooler I'm going to be using, the Apogee HD there, is a fairly easy to mount one because there's no aftermarket backplate. It just uses the stock LGA 2011 backplate. But, I mean, you never know what's going to happen in the future, and I don't necessarily want to re-powder coat my case. Hey, don't eat the screw. Hey, come on. Come on. Come on there. Do you have it in your mouth? There it is. Okay. I don't necessarily want to re-powder coat the case every time I do a new build, so that's that would be my reasoning for just making sure I do everything right this time. Hopefully I don't have to do it next time. Yeah, the place that's stripping off the powder coating also does plating. So I'm thinking about potentially, depending on what the cost is going to be like, there's a couple options. So one option would be gold plating the copperhead blocks so that they can sit on top of the copperhead RAM. So I've got two of these, but then I'm really not sure if I want to do that. And then the other thing is that you can actually strip the nickel plating off this guy and then gold plate it instead. But one of my concerns about that is they said that when you're stripping the nickel plating off, it will actually attack the copper as well. And so when they then plate the gold back on, there might be some imperfections in the finish. So am I better off with something that doesn't match but is finished perfectly, or am I better off with something that matches but isn't finished perfectly? I don't know. So I think that's pretty much it for the update right now. I still haven't really made a solid decision about what I want to do with the outer chassis, whether I want to get it painted, because this part is still pretty perfect, but the side panels are in rough shape. There's a low we use for the Vesta Special Edition systems, painting those. They do a really good job and they're not that expensive, so you could get some kind of automotive paint finish going on here, maybe some color change paint or something. I haven't decided how crazy I want to go yet on this. Okay, actually I think we're pretty much wrapped up here. Here's one of the last pieces of the case. So pretty much all the pieces of the case are down here now. I'm just going to take these fans off And then this is not going into Mountain Mod, so it's only these middle pieces. So I gotta take these in, get them stripped first, including these, which means I'm gonna do these black wrinkles, so they'll at least match the inside of the case. And yeah. Every once in a while when I'm working on a build, I find something that obviously I know how to do, but I have no idea how I did this. Like, look at this. So this bracket, the way it works is you got your metal pieces folded here, 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 and here. And I've used rubber noise isolating mounts to mount these fans in here. But I don't know how I got these in here. And how I'm going to get them out. This is ridiculous. So, the reason I even care is because I'm going to get this black wrinkle powder coated as well, just to match the grills in the front. They won't be the same kind of mesh, but at least they'll be the same color. But, jeez. Well, I'll figure it out. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, and that's what a TJ07 looks like with almost nothing left in it. So there you go.